Do it in a second.
3, 2, 1.
Well, a very good morning to all of our lovely shoppers and collectors and people who love beautiful, beautiful art pieces. We are both very excited about this show.
We are,
I'm
aren't we?
so excited to be standing here next to one of my favourite people in the world, Mr. Mark Pickett. How are you this morning?
I'm really well.
Ah.
And I'm excited too because this is true collectible jewellery. Well, it's collectible art.
Yeah.
This is like jewellery you have never ever seen before and probably will never ever see again.
Oh, it's
and
so sad.
It's a different kind of mindset. This is jewellery you'll want to have out on display at home.
Yeah.
You want people to see this. You'll want people to view it when you're wearing it. And it's so small and niche. There are only
That's right.
37 or 38 pieces in the entire range. But these are pieces of jewellery that were designed by Salvador Dali.
Yes, they were.
People think of Salvador Dali as being a great artist, which he was.
Oh,
but
yes.
He was also a poet. He did sculpture work, but he did do jewellery. These weren't inspired by paintings, although there's some similarities.
Yes.
They were actual pieces of jewellery
Yes.
that were developed between the 1940s and the 1960s, which are now housed by the Salvador Dali Foundation in Spain.
Oh, so this is the original of the wearable art that we
Yes.
have here at TVSN for the first time ever. They're not replicas as such, well they are, but he actually started, he made these pieces himself. So you have got a really special hour planned, and I mean I'm sitting here or standing here with Mark doing the show because I especially love Dali.
Yeah.
Dali has been my favourite artist ever since I was in high school. I followed him all through university.
We're going to read something from this paper later. Malvadee actually wrote an ode to Dali when she was 20 years old.
20,
it's
yes.
just brilliant.
And I also used to paint some from his paintings as
Yes,
well. So we're going to get started. Things are selling already, and like you heard from Mark, this is a very exclusive collection.
Yes.
We're going to do the first preview, which will sell out in no time. Now, Dali had a love affair with Mae West, and for those of us, and I'm sure if you're watching now, you are somewhat interested in Dali. You may know of the Mae West couch. Oh, how beautiful is that? This pen will go in no time. 656219 is your item number. It is kind of similar or based somewhat on the painting of Mae West's face that Dali did, and which we'll show you a picture of. But you have the beautiful ruby colour to the lips,
Yes.
and the pearls being the
Pearly
teeth.
white teeth. And this is a true reproduction of the original piece that Dali created in conjunction with two guys in New York who did all the bench work to create his jewellery.
Isn't that just spectacular, girls? Now, we have an introductory offer on some pieces. They all come with their certificate of authenticity, and the representation there, of course, is that the pearls are supposed to be the teeth of a beautiful woman,
Oh, yes.
and the rubies are the gorgeous lips.
The luscious lips.
Yeah, the
Yes,
luscious lips.
yes.
All right, this is jewellery with distinction, jewellery that is so unusual, but jewellery that is definitely art, and you're going to so love it. Now, the earrings are gorgeous. I cannot believe the very low price on these. To be quite honest, some of the prices in this show are astoundingly low. When you think of the artist himself, revered, died in 1989, almost in a royal figure in Spain. This is an unbelievable price for you, $99.50. 656218 is your item number. We'll go through all the symbolism with that. These are your leaf vein earrings.
All handmade, Mal.
Oh, yes, of course. Completely handmade
Yeah.
also. Now, these are 656218. One of my favourite pieces, if not the favourite, is this one. And it's the only ring in the hour.
It is the only ring, yes.
This is the corset ring, and if I
Yes.
may just say to girls out there, be really super fast for that. What this almost represents is the level of pain and passion that women kind of put themselves through.
To look gorgeous.
To look gorgeous,
Yes.
and it's nice to have that almost recognised.
Yes.
But I love that corset ring, and that's one of my choices for you. We're going to have size N and size P.
Well, have you ever seen a ring like that?
Never.
Have you ever seen that?
Never.
No.
I've got a corset lamp, I have corset handbags, I have this little corset thing,
Yeah.
but never a ring. Okay, you've never seen anything like this,
This
the
is
masterpiece of the
oh.
collection.
It is totally magnificent. And when you get them home, have a really good look at them. You will see so much more detail in them the more that you view them. And that was the whole intention.
Yeah.
It's the viewing of them that brings the joy.
That's right. Dali was very much into the painting or the sculpture or the jewellery, not necessarily being finished or fully represented, until you saw it and your interpretation of it was what brought it to life. This is 655785. We will lose that Tree of Life necklace. It is the single most substantial, glorious piece in this hour, and we have another introductory offer down from $539 to $399. 4-part payments. Okay, I've got an update on the Mae West. Oh my goodness me, we are limited already. We will have to bring that forward. Now girls, we're heading into pashmina season, we're heading to scarf season, we're heading into hat season, belt embellishment with these brooches.
Also with the brooches, I meant to ask Ash and I completely forgot, I hope Margot will forgive me. You can put these over your pearls, you can put these over your flat gold necklaces.
Yes,
they really
can,
work as necklaces as well as pins.
Yeah, they are. I want you to think more than what you would traditionally use a brooch for. Think outside that box, because this is a surrealist hour. And we are going to talk to Margot, who has the rights to reproduce all of Dali's beautiful jewellery.
Yes.
And she's on the phone right now, and we're honoured to have her. Hello, Margot. Welcome to Australia, even via phone.
Good morning, Malvadee and Mark. It's so lovely to be with you. I adore your country. I had the privilege of spending some time there a few years ago because my sister lived there. And I had a blast. I had an absolute blast. So you all are doing such a marvelous job. I'm calling in from Atlanta, the United States of America, to let your viewers know. And yes, it's really exciting. You're doing such a great job. I feel like I could just sit down with a cup of tea and hang out with you.
Well, I hope you'll enjoy the show, Margot. And how did it all come together for you, and what's your association with the Salvador Dali Foundation?
Well, it really was very exciting. I had a very broad background in buying for all the Neiman Marcus stores, the jewelry.
Oh, gosh.
And for Macy's stores, the jewelry. And over the years, I started my company, and we grew and grew in our reputation. And we started doing really fine upper-end museum reproduction products for the Smithsonian Institution, which in America, of course, is one of the finest museums, actually in the world, but so highly regarded in America. And then we continued with other museums around the world, and in 2002 we were invited over to Spain to take a look at the collection that was repatriated back to the foundation in 1999, and we competed against several European companies, and I think the reputation of what we had done with the Hope Diamond, Smithsonian, and
I've seen the Hope Diamond, Margot.
Pardon me?
I've seen your reproduction of the Hope Diamond. It is spectacular.
Well, you know what, and Mark, one of the things that's so important for your customers to understand is these are true, exact reproductions. Yeah. We have not taken any liberty with Dali because he was a total surrealistic genius. And so when they're buying these pieces, these are exactly as the originals in fine materials, obviously pure gold and emerald and rubies and so forth. These are exact.
Gosh, and Margot, if we may, I know that we won't have the pleasure of your company for the whole hour. We are looking at the very first piece. This is Salvador Dali Eye of Time watch pin. Now, is it true that this is the most prominent piece, or probably the most well-recognised piece from the collection?
Well, you know what? I think Dali certainly had a preoccupation with time and fluidity of time. Yeah. And this particular piece is outstanding. It took over 2 years to develop. Several different prototypes were, produced, and we had to have the watch face custom made, and it's spectacular. It's all sterling silver, cubic zirconia, and the little teardrop. That shows also his sadness with the fluidity of time, and people always think of his soft watch, and here's another really outstanding example of his of his, again, surrealistic genius and seeing into the future.
Now, Margot, this is actually a fully functioning timepiece with Swiss movement for our collectors out there.
Absolutely, and it can be, the batteries can be switched out. You can show your customers it's spectacular, fully functional, and you brilliantly stated about how these pieces can also be worn as neck pendants and brooches, clipped over pearls, and so forth. So, don't restrict yourself. Dali certainly didn't restrict himself.
Exactly. And I've heard you say before personally that Dali expressed everything, right? He didn't hold back because that's what a Surrealist was about. And one of my favourite quotes that he was more famous for is that he said, "The difference between the Surrealist and me is that I am a Surrealist." Don't you love it?
I am so pleased that he is in such marvelous professional hands as the two of you, because he would be thrilled. And when I went and had a little talk with him in where he is interred in the museum, I felt he really approved of me doing the reproductions, and I certainly really approve of the two of you because you have a lot of personal passion and knowledge about it. And he would be thrilled.
I am thrilled to present this range. Very limited collection. Can you express to our customers how exclusive and limited the range is?
Yes, there actually is a total of 49 pieces in the collection that he designed, and we produced about 36, 37 of them, and we're working on more. And everything has to be so curatorially approved. I mean, right down to the most minute detail. And we've used very, very fine materials and a lot of custom-made stones. These are not available stones because, as Mark pointed out, the originals were done in fine gems, and they were custom-made. They were one of a kind. And so we've done the same thing with our pieces, and so it is very limited. And by the way, this is the premiere showing throughout Australia, and I think it's just super exciting for you to see this marvelous talent firsthand and to own a piece of wearable art.
Oh, I think it's a wonderful chance for our customers. I am going to say goodbye to you shortly. I've got one more thing. Where were the original pieces? Were they placed in private collections originally, or how were they? Who owned them?
Oh, well, it was interesting because over time, Dali was known as quite a showman and a salesman and a marketer, and the collections went through various private hands.
I can understand.
And they were repatriated back into the foundation in 1999 from a Japanese business magnate who had them, down in a private viewing room for his enjoyment. But now they're back at home in Spain, and if you travel to the foundation, you can see the originals, and then you can see our reproductions.
Well, I must say, Margot, big thank you on behalf of all of the lovers of fine art wearable jewellery here in Australia.
It is my pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so very much.
And I look forward to perhaps coming there at some point in the future again, because I love your country.
Oh, that'd be great, Margot.
We would love to have you here.
We would.
Margot, you have a lovely evening. I know it's evening over there. Thank you so much.
Have a great day, and thanks to all the customers for
she's
tuning
lovely.
in.
Bye-bye,
Thanks, Margot. Thank you. Bye-bye.
She's wonderful. Now, Dali did have a very strong fascination with time. There are a few very famous paintings that he did create, and this one is called The Persistence of Memory. We have the Persistence of Memory pin coming up.
We do indeed.
But I just want to show you that this is the melting clock painting. For those who do adore Dali, this is one of his most famous paintings. And he always believed that time was very, very fluid, that it didn't really matter. And it was written, to be honest, if human beings didn't keep time, would there be time? Do you think?
Well, time is man-made, I suppose so, and the fact that when we started this show is now the past.
Yes,
yes. And when we finish this show, it will be the future, as of where we are right now. And time waits for no man. It just keeps going,
Exactly. The magical pin will certainly sell out, and it's the most prominent piece from the collection. You've got 30 days to try it out. Now, each piece comes marked with its certificate of authenticity.
There's a beautiful little wrap around the box here, which tells you a little bit more about it, specific to the piece. And on here, it says, "Man cannot escape or change his time. The eye sees the present and the future, Dali. That's written on there. So this will come with your box. Every box will have one of these around it, specific to the piece, and then double layers of velvet on the inside, and it's got the logo underneath there as well.
Beautiful. Now, the size, it's water resistant to 30 metres as well, guys. That's a bonus. Swiss quartz movement, cubic zirconias, zirconias in there, red glass cabochon teardrops, sterling silver and rhodium plating. It is very limited, 655786. We have so many updates, lovely viewers. Necklace. Now, this is limited. I must tell you, we had already one of our girls in the graphics department purchase this necklace, and she's a Dali fanatic. This is jewellery that you wear as art, but when you're not wearing it, as Mark said earlier, you must have it on display. 655785. Now, there's an unfortunate...
already? Oh.
Okay, but we are waiting on just one to confirm.
What a shame.
Yeah, and if you know the paintings of Dali, the face of Mae West, which I hope to show you anyway, is such a beautiful painting. Now, one more. Now, a quarter of the stock on the leaf vein earrings. This is unbelievable in price, $99.50, and it represents the coming together of humans and nature. We really are just all as one.
Well, we are.
And when it's all over for us, we just become, you know, basically nature again,
well,
back to dust. So
everything is energy.
Yes, that's
regardless of what it is. Even this broadcast that we have right now has energy. The energy from the satellite that's beaming it around the country is still winging its way past Mars, probably in about 10 minutes.
Aren't you getting all surrealist on me?
Well, you've seen another side to me, haven't you, on this show?
I so love it. Now, what are you showing?
I'm showing you the pomegranate heart.
Oh.
This is a big close-up photograph. Look at those seeds of the pomegranate. You could just pick one out and eat one. I know you like pomegranates, and I do as well.
I do very much.
But couldn't you do that? They were rubies, of course, in the original piece, and the gold work is just amazing. Margot's replicas are just stunning. Wow. Some of these pieces, until today, I hadn't actually seen with my naked eye. I'd just seen photographs, and I was blown away. I mean, I knew the quality was outstanding, but just seeing the pieces to my naked eye, I would even buy these and collect them and display them at home in a glass cabinet, maybe on a little cushion or something like that.
I even want the book. I wonder if our customers will be able to get that from somewhere.
Well, we possibly can.
Yes.
We were talking to them about doing the book. The book comes from the foundation, the Salvador Dali Foundation in Spain. And it's an amazing book, and maybe on a future show we can offer the book.
Oh, thank you.
We'll
see what we can do.
See what we can do.
I'm glad I asked that live on air.
Yeah.
Put you on the spot.
Well.
Okay, let's have a look at the replica, the exact replica. Now, everything represents something else, and of course it's also your own interpretation, what you take from Dali's art, and that includes his paintings, his sculptures, and these beautiful pieces of jewellery. This is available on 2-part payments of $94.50. When we tell you somewhat of the inspiration behind this pendant, you will definitely want to get this. 656220 is your item number.
It's all about the woman.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it? And the bittersweet.
And love, yeah.
And love, that's right. He loved hearts. He also loved crosses. We've got some crosses coming up later as well. But that's all about the sentiment and the rich ruby red, the passion, the fire in that red that has been perfectly replicated there. You can see the Dali signature on there as well. Now, it is a pin, but it is possible to wear some of these pieces across your pearls, which look stunning, and on your pashminas, as you said, maybe with a gold chain too. And look at the colour of the gold and the matte satin finish that we've got there as well. It is absolutely stunning. Beautiful work with the high polish actually around the edge of that heart. And you can see why, looking at all of the work in here, and this is so much depth there from the cubic zirconias, which would have been diamonds and rubies, but you can see in there that he really had such depth, and he did almost, they call it the art of being Dali. Yes. You know, the art of being Dali, he was an artist unto himself. He had no limits to his imagination, and that's what surrealism is all about. Absolutely. He provoked defiance against civility, I suppose, you know? And normality. He's like, what's normal? There are no boundaries. I love that. I love it. And talking about wearing the pieces, he says on the back of the book here that without an audience, without the presence of spectators like our audience watching right now, these jewels would not fulfill the function for which they came into being. It's all about the audience and their perception and their understanding of what they're seeing. The viewer then is the ultimate artist.
That's true, and that's what art is all about.
His sight, heart, mind fusing with and grasping with greater or lesser understanding the intent of the creator gives them life. And certainly as soon as Malvadee popped that on, it gave the piece amazing life, and you'll see that coming through your television at home.
It's beautiful.
You'll see it yourself with the naked eye when you get yours home.
And it all represents the paradox of love, I suppose, and the bleeding heart. If you've ever tasted a pomegranate,
yes.
It's that wonderful
bittersweet.
Yeah, sweet sour.
Yes.
It's good and the bad. And so this really represents passion, girls, and passion that women particularly feel as well. I personally think that.
You're a passionate woman.
Well, yes, and
Yes.
we can be somewhat bittersweet, I suppose.
Yes, that's true.
Now, that's available on 2-part payments, $94.50. Now, the blurb on the box says...
The blurb. This was written by
love it.
Dali.
Yes, I
You
know.
can't call it blurb.
Oh, I can call it whatever I want when it comes to Dali. It's your interpretation.
Hang on. The many-celled reddish pomegranate berry pulses with life. Well, Malvadee pulses with life as well, and so will you. The slightly acid flavour of the fruit is agreeable, as acidity stimulates human accomplishment.
Oh, yes, he was a poet as well.
And so are you.
Yeah.
We're going to get to your ode soon.
Oh my gosh, I'm a little bit
Yes.
embarrassed, but I did actually. I was so addicted to Dali that I wrote a poem, and it was published in the university magazine when I was 20. I even used to. I hate to say it, but copy his paintings and paint them.
Did you?
I would have got that, but my mum has hold of that. 656220. Now, this is really large, girls. Remember, think outside that square. This show is about that entirely. You can wear that on a hat, on a belt, on perhaps the lapel of a jacket. Of course, that is the traditional way, on a strand of pearls.
And it's very
Beautiful.
three-dimensional. It's got such great depth to it.
Approximate length, 4.5 centimetres.
Would you like me to do the ode? Quick update
Oh, we're going to do an
first.
update.
All right.
Oh, my favourite piece. One left in size
Wow.
N only, the corset ring. I've never seen anything like it. I can't believe no designers
Where's
ever,
your
ever.
ring?
I'll get it on shortly.
Okay. Can we pass
it's
the
the
ring
corset
over?
ring, which is $129. Unbelievable.
We'll pop it on for you, Mel.
655788 represents the the kind of pain that women go through to really look gorgeous and look beautiful, and that is an exquisite ring. $64.50 is all you'll pay for that one, and you will just love it, girls. One only in size N.
We're looking, Mel. We're trying
Another
to find you the
update?
ring.
We have gone limited already. Again, we've sold out of one piece. We're limited in the eye. Oh, no, we're sold out of more pieces, but we're about to sell out of the pomegranate heart pin. The representation of the bittersweet of love, 656220, is your item number.
So the ode, Mal. So
One more update.
Sorry.
It's
I'll
going
get to that ode soon.
We've sold out of the Eye of Time watch pin. We are waiting for 2 of those to confirm, so we will let you know if it doesn't. 655786 is your item number for that one.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to get a little embarrassed
I've just found
here.
the ring. There's the ring there. It's on the top.
Oh, it's on the TV.
Yes.
We'll get that ring back.
Okay. So this was the newspaper of Newcastle University.
I might just leave the set for a
No, you're coming here. We need a reaction shot from Malvadee. Mel wrote this. I actually haven't read this properly yet, but we'll look at it together if you like.
That was back in '94.
Ode to Dali. Amazingly surreal, creative and bizarre. Super real, normality so far. Emotive and awesome, strange but fascinating. Perplexed yet transfixed, imagination is shaping. Blank with wonder, filled with excitement, standing, watching, a time of enlightenment. A dreamless sleep supported by sticks in a dripping era while the clock ticks. Fending off creatures of the imagination, heartbeat racing against alienation. Horses and elephants begin so queer, off in the distance, yet oh so near. Absolutely captivating, mind-boggling art. So individual, setting our worlds apart. Creating the tracks I dare not cross, for if not to return, I'd be so lost. Feeling each stroke and every swirl, evolving a work beyond this world. Like a drug, I find myself hooked, an addict, the very instant I looked.
I'm really embarrassed now. Don't do that to me.
Isn't that fantastic?
You know what?
Well done.
Thank you. I'm really embarrassed. Oh, well, let's just move on. But that's how much I loved him and loved his art. And just, it was the first artist that moved me that way. Yeah. And this will move you. Apart from the corset ring, which I now have on, this is my other pick of the show. Yes, yes, the beauty, the colours in here, the representation, and once again, because it is a surrealist idea, you take from it what you want. This is the Salvador Dali twig cross pin, 655790. We are limited in this one as well. There are now 2 remaining in stock. That is it. Everyone is on the website buying.
What I'll
now,
show
can
you,
we see the original?
Yes. What I'd love to show you just very, very quickly. On the right-hand side here is one of Dali's original sketches, and these sketches were given to those 2 jewellers in New York and discussed. So that's his original sketch, which is also in the museum. And the photograph on the left-hand page is a photograph of the actual original. And it's saying here that the red crystals that we're seeing, which were rubies in the original, are the drops of blood enriching all life. That's what they're doing, the droplets of blood.
Also here it says that because it's almost here, the tree becomes the cross, so it's the eternal symbol
it is.
of,
Well, you can
life
see
as well.
the branch of the tree coming right across.
And the sadness almost with the tears, the droplets of blood, which would have been rubies, being almost tears.
They would. And then you've got the drape encrusted in white crystals, which would have been the shroud that Christ was wearing on the cross. In white, of course, because he was radiating white light and love, which is what this cross is radiating.
This is extraordinarily beautiful, and also if you are quite spiritual, it comes at a pertinent time in the year, at Easter time. 655790 is your item number. So I just think that this one is exquisite. I do like the free form to it, how the tears almost become charms. There we go. Thank you, Mark.
They do. Sorry about my grotty fingers. I've just been moving house. So the nails are terrible.
That's okay.
Not time for a manicure.
And that's my fault. I asked Mark if he could hold them because I didn't finish doing my right-handed nails today. But it's nice to be back with you, Mark.
It's lovely, and to be doing jewellery together, which we're both so passionate about. I'll just read you the inscription on here that Dali is saying. The same again about the drops of blood enrich all life. That's on the wraparound of the box that you will receive. And Dali
represented a total devastation of civility of everything that, you know, I suppose the society or the institutions thought as normal. We've sold out of this. To the customers that have picked it up, we would like to show you it. It hasn't confirmed yet.
Can I just say something about the sold outs?
Yes.
Because this collection is so special and so limited, the plan is, if the show goes well today and people like it, we will do another 2 one-hour shows this year.
That's all?
That's because that's it. Then that's the collection. But we will try very hard, and we'll ask Margot if we can get some of those pieces back in stock, like the ruby lips that have sold out very quickly.
But it's very difficult because I know that you were trying to get these pieces earlier and we couldn't.
No, we couldn't. But now we know what people like. We can plan for it, and we can have them all made for you. So hopefully the next show will be a mixture of some new pieces and some that have gone this hour that have gone too quickly for you to look at properly.
Because, Mark, they are handmade almost by request.
They are handmade by request.
Yes,
they absolutely are. Yeah. Yes, there's no doubt about it.
So they're not waiting on some shelf somewhere to be
No, these were specifically made for TVSN viewers.
Well, take full advantage of these. We have had a customer question. Oh, absolutely. So she has requested that we show the back.
We should have done that. I'd love to take you backstage on your pieces because you can see the workmanship. You can see how detailed they are as well. It's beautiful hammer finish. The gold plating goes all the way through, and they are all stamped actually in there with the official Dali stamp of the foundation.
And now you can see the generosity in the size of the
and the thickness of the metal and so on that's been used, and the quality and thickness of the gold plating.
Can I turn it around?
Yeah.
There are still 3 left. This is your pomegranate bleeding heart pin. 656220 is your item number. All right. Well, you know what? Stephanie in graphics had to buy this during the What's in Store show.
Did she?
she didn't want to miss out.
No,
She's a Dali fanatic. So there are still 3. We did have 6 originally, but there are now 3.
Right, okay.
There are 3, so we're going to sell out of this one too. And of the, I mean, it's probably the most majestic. Well, it is the most
this
majestic
piece, when it
edition.
was shown in the UK, actually sold out before they got to it.
Yes, it did.
Did you see that? 'Cause
I did see that.
We saw that show, didn't we?
Yes, we
and
did.
it sold out before. And it is the most magnificent piece. This is the Tree of Life, and I will find this in the book as well. And if you're worried about adjustment, there's a good 1, 2, 3 centimetres of adjustment that you can make on the back, depending on what you'd like to wear that with. Even a decoration of a beautifully veined leaf right at the end of that adjuster there on the back. So you've got Dali all the way around this piece.
Again, look at the work and the detail within this. It is sumptuous, it is tempting. I would personally almost hang this on a wall when I'm not wearing this.
Yes.
655785. You have the faux sapphire eyes, the golden leaves and bows dazzle. You've got that wonderful gold plated brass, loads of it. Cubic zirconias are in there too, which originally would have been diamonds. And we are going to now take the pleasure.
Why don't you pop that on?
Wow.
Because this is an amazing photograph of the original. Yours will look exactly the same, but you can't possibly pick out this kind of detail through the television camera.
It is
so I wanted to
lovely and
show
weighty
that
too.
to you. Look at these beautiful drops and the twist of gold you get in the drops, the detailing in the bark, the detailing in the leaves, the diamonds and the claw setting that was on the original, the fact that you've got the two-tone look as well throughout that. And this goes all the way across. It is such a magnificent piece. And on the neckline, my goodness me.
I cannot get over the look and the appearance of this necklace. And
It's taken your breath away, hasn't it?
It's totally taken my breath away, and you will feel the weight here. It is very, very, very prominent. It's almost like taking down one of his paintings from an art gallery wall and putting it on, or becoming it.
Becoming it.
Almost becoming.
Yes.
You know, you are in the art
And you'll
now.
have so many questions about that. You've got a piece of collectible art that you're going to be wearing, a piece of Dali. He only created the 40 or so pieces that Margot was talking about in jewellery. And you can have one of them. You can have that authentic reproduction of one of them.
Oh,
And you've got a special price.
We are yes, indeed.
Gosh.
We are down to the final 3 on this necklace, and also reduced in price from $539 to $399. Imagine what private collections the original has been in.
I know. Well, it's been around the world in some
Yeah.
American, Japanese, Saudi Arabian collections, and now the Dali Foundation are the custodians of the collection. They take care of the pieces. You can go and see the pieces in their museum in Spain.
Yeah, I would
and in
love to
fact,
do
there was a
that.
show on the Lifestyle Channel a couple of weeks ago that Di was telling me about that was about a journey in Spain, and they actually visited the museum. So they might play that show again at some point.
Oh, I'd love to. And for those of you who remember, a while back, the Dali exhibition was here.
It was indeed.
It was here,
Yes,
and I went
yes.
along. I
Yes.
think I travelled from very far away to
Did you?
go along to see that exhibition. Now we have 3 remaining. You can adjust that. No, there's 1. We have 1 left, Mark. 655785 is your item number. Take advantage of that. Whilst you've got a chance, you may be lucky enough to get the remaining one. Another item that we have 1 remaining of, a Salvador Dali pomegranate heart pin. We would love to hear your comments on this range.
Yes.
Certainly email us, comments at tvsn.com.au. And I know Mark in particular would very much like to hear what you think. But it does now appear that we have sold out of the necklace. Keep all of your item numbers.
Oh, yes.
And I would say to them, and I know so would you,
Yes.
even check back an hour later,
An
2
hour
hours,
later, a couple
5
of
hours,
days.
even tomorrow.
Or then next week if
Yes.
customers' checks haven't come through or
That's
whatever
right.
for any reason. Because we wouldn't be looking at doing this again. I can't remember the month, maybe it's August or September. Hey, look, 1 popped back in the ruby lips.
Yes! Can I show you? Now, the very, very famous painting was the face of Mae West that he did. See this? Isn't that awesome? Look at that. And from there came the Mae West ruby couch.
Yes, that's
And then,
right.
of course,
That's right.
represented in the beautiful, what would have been set with ruby pins. Now, the teeth were white pearls.
Yeah.
And the lips were red, beautiful, precious rubies. You have got an exact replica there, down to size and shape, and also the weight.
Wow, it's just so full of personality, isn't it?
Yeah. That now it has sold out again, has it, dolls? Okay. Keep the item number, like we said earlier, 219 656 219 is your item number. Let's get into my favourite piece.
All right. Now, you were talking about women when we came to the corset ring, weren't you? And it says here that a symbol of the anguish of women. That's what you were talking about, the anguish
There's
of
more
women.
than one symbol of that.
The sacrifice she will make to beautify and make herself agreeable to men.
Thankfully, we're recognised for it, huh?
Gold, pearls, diamonds, because woman, is exquisite and precious.
Oh, and of course he was madly being the operative word, and totally in love with his wife Gala.
Sure, yes.
Who featured in many, many, many of his paintings. Look at that image.
There's the detail in the ring. You can see the pearl, the river of pearls coming through, the rope effect around the centre of the corset, and of course Dali's signature. I'll just lift that up right at the bottom. There it is right there. In the ring itself, this is just spectacular. It's quite a long ring. It's just over a centimetre, I think. Maybe even a little bit longer, isn't it?
Oh, it's much longer than that, Mark. It's, whoa, you've got 19.9 grams to start with. You have almost 2.5 centimetres in the length. We have sold out in size P, even though we thought M would be the first one to go. There are 3 left in N. Sorry, Ash had that in reverse. Okay, so 3 remaining in it. I'm kind of a little upset. I wish I got this before the show, which is not fair. I shouldn't do that before you, so I didn't. Lucky for you. I would just love to have it. $64.50
just find a
is
finger
your first part payment. That's exactly right.
Do you want to slip that off the stand?
Yes.
I'll just hold the stand there while you do that.
Oh, no.
There you go.
This is the single piece from the hour that I want the most.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, and it goes all the way around. It's totally not resizable.
Look how it comes to life again.
Find a finger that fits. Yes.
Look how it comes to life again. They really do. I mean, we know that with jewellery, but why am I blown away about that fact, having worked with jewellery for the last 15 years?
I know. I'm in the
because
Market
it's
Mouse
Dali.
show. Exactly,
Yes.
because it is Dali. And enjoy the dreamscape of these pieces. Truly, that word was almost made. He almost made that word, dreamscape. It's the imagination. It's going into and behind, looking within, looking around, not just looking at that one thing. You know, almost like the original magic eye, I suppose.
Yes.
We're going to sell out of that ring. There are 2 left in size, and gold-plated brass there. It is sturdy and solid. Everything, the exact replica. 2-part payment, $64, $56, $55, $788. That one is the best.
Oh, I love this star.
Now this is very much, it's limited? Okay, already limited. We're just 656222. 3-part payments, $73 available. We have so many items that have gone.
5 sold out already.
5 items have sold out already.
Yeah. We have 11 items altogether actually in this program.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, we had to bring something forward because we have 2 left, and this is our producer's favourite. He just adores this. Oh, the persistence of memory, probably one of my favourite paintings ever, and one of the most famous, and that is. We'll see it shortly.
Can you see the numbers
you know, the
down
melting
here?
Clocks?
Yes, the melting clocks, yes.
Anyone who doesn't even know Dali would know that painting.
They definitely would. And I remember a long time ago at TVSN, we did do some Dali watches, which were the melting watches.
Yes.
But it's a very long time ago, and they only appeared once.
They weren't Dali's himself.
No,
but
they weren't.
Yes.
No, I don't know where they came from, but he is one of the most copied artists.
Yes, he is.
If not the most copied.
Yeah, very much so.
Which is nice to know with this collection that these are replicas from the originals that he designed.
From the
Yes.
very, very, very originals.
Yep.
Now, have a look at the detail. Oh, it's sold out.
What?
Okay, can I go skip to all the You're not giving us time, Mark. We're going to have to start dancing once again.
That's all right. We'll sing a song.
This represents the flexibility of time, the fluidity of time, because, of course, time is a human-made thing. Who first devised it? Sometimes you wish it wasn't here, don't you?
Greenwich Mean Time, that's where it all started, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it really is a relative thing, isn't it?
Well, how would we function without it?
Well, yeah, that's
We'd
true.
wake up when we were ready. That would be nice. I mean, I'll still be in bed by now.
So would I. Now, this pin is so lovely. If I can just try it on for the girls. It's not confirmed as sold out just yet.
All right. I'll read you the inscription here.
Please.
It says, "Time is not rigid. It
No,
is
it's
one
not.
with space, fluid." I love all this surrealism.
I know,
Are
isn't
you
it?
enjoying it? I am.
I am very much, and I must tell you, I'm not, and I never have been, even though I studied art at school and all of that, and I almost did an art curatorship
Did
degree.
you?
Yes, I got
Ah.
into something else instead.
Yeah.
But I'm not one of the stuffy artist types, I suppose, you know.
Yes.
Some people who find that a little too much, but Dali was the only one that made me feel quite something, you know. It was
Yeah.
just something grabbed me.
He touched your heart,
Touched
didn't he?
me, yeah, very much so.
Well, you can see that in the ode.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I know.
Your ode.
It's
I think we
embarrassing.
should publish that.
It is published in the university newspaper back in 1994.
Well, I think it should be republished. There should be a revised, revision or something.
What we'll do for the next show is maybe take maybe bits of it and have them floating around the set.
All right. Well,
Words.
she's getting very
Why not?
surreal.
Mark says, I always thought there was something surreal
Whatever you
about
like,
that girl.
Malvadee.
Now, we're going to have a look at this cross. It is
Yeah.
very, 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 very limited. And
You
there
know,
is...
I absolutely
Dali
adore
picture.
this one. I love the texture in here. I love the 3D nature of it. I love the fact, again, that it's radiating all of that amazing white light. And that's what it's taken from. Well, that's what kind of
Somewhat, yeah,
inspired by it.
yeah.
Remember that these are pieces that he designed. They weren't
Yeah.
just inspired by paintings that someone else has done. These are Dali pieces of
Yes,
of
he
jewellery.
created jewellery.
Yes,
and
yes.
Many people who know a bit about Dali, many people don't realise that he did create jewellery.
Yes.
I cannot wait to see the original of this cross. This is your Salvador Dali gold cube cross pin. We are extremely limited.
I need to
And also
find it
what
for
this
you.
reminds me of, you know the beautiful clocks? Is it the Art Deco clocks that had that with you know, on the-
Yes, that's
yeah,
right.
very.
Yes, yes,
this
yes.
is a feature piece. I almost want a large one for my wall at home. That'd be great. Now, this is striking. It has the beautiful light behind it. It's very spiritual. Dali was quite spiritual.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, because he pretty much was living in the era of the fascist movement.
Yes.
So, wow.
Let me show you the original sketch, because I was going to do that on a few of them and I forgot to do it. But this was on the left hand here side of the page, the gold cube cross. That's the original sketch that Dali did.
Yeah.
And took to his jewellers. This was actually done in 1959. I should give you some dates as well. 1959, originally done in 18-karat yellow gold, six squarish blocks, platinum forming rays and diamonds. There were, so give me the number. Can't see how many diamonds very quickly. Anyway, there's many multitude of diamonds in there. And there's a picture of the original, which is just like yours that you're going to be receiving. Look at that.
Beautiful. Once again, Mark, where are the originals?
The originals are in the museum in Spain. I think it's called Figuras is the name in Spain. That's where the foundation is. They've all been repatriated there, having been in private collections for a number of years.
It's great
So
that they actually have been able to come back, or a lot of things.
They've come home.
Yeah, they've come home.
They've all come home.
Yeah.
And it's not just jewellery in the museum. Of course, there's art there
There's
as
the
well,
art,
and
there's
sculpture
the
and so on.
sketches. Yeah. I mean, I've seen the whole. When the show came to Australia, I saw the whole thing, and it was just.
And it's
breathtaking.
a not-for-profit organisation that has been set up a foundation. They have their own website, which is an .org website, salvadordali.org. So they're the custodians of this collection. I think we've sold out.
We've just
have
sold
we?
out again. Hold the item number just in case. For the girls out there, it's around 7.4 centimetres in length. What are we going to do, darling? A mini roof? Oh, I thought you...
We'll do a review at the end of the show.
Okay, we're at the end of the show. I thought we
Yeah.
were finishing early. Now, we haven't seen it. This is the bleeding world.
This
and
is
that's
great.
Earth. You can see it's trying to keep itself together. The tears of the earth crying there.
Well, it is. No, that arrow is binding it all together. Despite what's going on in our economy or with wars or so
Yeah,
on.
or at the time when he originally created it.
But how relevant is it today? You've
Yes.
got that Cupid's arrow just keeping everything together, keeping everything intact, keeping everything going.
Do you know, I think he was born in 1904. I know
Yes.
that he died in 1989.
That's right,
Some
85.
say, was it 89?
He was 85 years old.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Some say, well, I know there was a house fire. Is that right, Marianne? There was a house fire. Yeah, and you can still go and see his house that's partially burnt down today.
Okay. Is that in Spain?
But there are some records that say he died of heart failure. But he definitely died because he locked himself in his room. And of course, artists are very much, passionate about what they do, and that they are known for being somewhat, I don't know, what would you say? when it came to their thoughts and their feelings and their emotions, they
Yes.
could be taken away by them very
Yes,
much, and
yes,
that's
yes,
what
overpowered by
he
them.
very much was.
Yes.
Look at these earrings. These are the most, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but they are the most unusual of the show
They are.
compared
I
even to
think
everything
they
else.
are absolutely brilliant, and I can see when we were looking at these and we were going around the buying office, I could see people up in the buying office who definitely wanted these. You know, look at the detail that we've got, the white crystals around that the bit that you speak into. You'll notice there's a lot of red and green crystals in lots of these pieces we've been looking at.
Yes.
That's what it's obviously his favourite colours to work with the rubies and with emeralds, their cabochons that we've got in there. We've got to
these
pop
are
them
going to
in,
sell
Mel.
out. Now, the details that I have say that this is inspired by Dali's melting telephone sketch created in 1949. I haven't personally seen that sketch, but of course, if you know his sculptor, then you know of the lobster telephone sculpture.
Yes, that's right.
Which I saw in the flesh, so to speak.
I think I've seen it in the flesh in the Tate Modern.
It's very, very,
London.
very, very famous. In
Yeah.
fact, we have a picture of him.
I need to find you the telephone earrings. Yeah, let's show this. Oh, they're with the lobster.
I've only got one earring in at the moment, but look at that. This is the lobster telephone himself. But
Oh, can we show that one?
yes,
I'll bring
here we
this
go.
one in. There you go.
Thank you,
I'll
Mark.
hold-
We need a few hands for
We
this show, don't
do.
we? It's like show and tell.
Well, there's one piece where there's lots of hands in it,
Yes, yes.
which I don't know if we're having this show, but it'll be coming. So,
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that lobster telephone. Don't you love that?
Okay, let's have a look at the earrings. I only had time to put one in. If you just bear with me, sorry about that. So I'll just. Oh my gosh, they're so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous, and oh wow, and perfectly positioned. Our producer is saying, right near the ear. 2-part payment to $69.50 available on that one. 656221 is your item number.
The persistence of sound.
Persistence of sound there too.
Yes.
Wow. 656221. Okay. We are almost at the at the end of the show. This next item
This is the Bleeding World.
is for our
Okay.
time the most pertinent.
Okay, I just know.
Don't you think? For right now.
Absolutely, for right now, it is spot on. We've got the pearl arrow in the centre, symbolising the love of Christ and the hope for peace in a world divided by war and chaos.
Yeah.
So that's what that is.
Still to
and
this day
wherever
it
that
represents-
sits with you, wherever that sits in your world, in your life, are you upside down?
I'm going to go this
I
way.
think you are. Yes, you need to go off the other way. So
Hang
so
on.
the arrow's shooting off the other way. Oh, does it matter?
I don't think
Will
it
he be
matters.
upset?
I really don't think it matters.
No, I don't think
and
so
there are
either.
the tears of the earth there being held together, gorgeously so. But I mean, it still represents what's happening today, and it still represents how we feel about the world today. So,
And look at the arrow, how encrusted that is. Here's the original that I've got there. Isn't that fantastic?
oh, isn't that wonderful?
I'll just show that to you very quickly. There
There
we are.
we go.
Yeah.
And you will even have the signature on yours.
Fabulous.
Awesome. Well, we're at the end of
Are
the
we?
show. No? Oh, we got more? Yay! What was the last one? I can't recall. Oh, yes, of course, the leaf-veined hand earrings. Now, this one here, I mean, he was well ahead of his time when it came to knowing, the earth and really embracing it and loving it. And
Yes.
now we're finally doing that, and we're encouraging our kids to do that. So these next pair of earrings represent the fusion of humanity, human or mankind, and the earth.
I
Mother
remember
Nature.
the symbolism used for the World Movies Channel when they started was hands.
Was it?
Yeah. And
Oh,
we've
yes,
had
that's
we've had hands at Bondi Beach, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yes. What were they for? Was that an Aboriginal?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So hands are really important, and
Very
they've been
much
used
so.
in symbolism for all sorts of things. Reaching hands, helping hands.
Look at these earrings. And I must say that price is kind of a little small.
That's crazy.
That is a little too
Yeah,
small,
maybe
I
that's a
think,
mistake,
for
I don't
art.
know.
656218 is your item number
And
for
look
the
at the
Salvador Dali.
fingernails.
Leaf vein, yes, and they would have originally been rubies.
They're wearing Zoya.
Yeah. You had to plug Zoya. I love it.
They're wearing Max.
Gratuitous
A
plug.
beautiful ruby.
I love it. They are wearing it.
Well, why not?
Or perhaps Diana.
Maybe.
Now the hands are going either way.
Yes.
So you have the branches. You see the veins of the hands there too. Really quite a dramatic image, and
They have posts.
They do have, very sturdy posts at the back there. This is our final piece, unfortunately. We're virtually sold out of everything in the hour.
Gee, what a quick show. Isn't that lovely?
It's so nice. So when do you have any idea when we might have the next
where
show?
are we now?
Can you give us a
April,
ballpark?
May, June, July. Probably August. I
Oh,
think
my
possibly
goodness.
August. Yeah. You see, it's such a collectible, such a unique range, and it will just be a 1 hour again, and we would need to be. Well, we could probably do this whole show again because everyone's loved these pieces, but we want to try and bring you something new as well, of course.
But there are only, how many pieces were there? 46?
It's about 30, well, Margot was saying there's about,
said there's about
40 or so, but they've only replicated about 37 so far. So they're still working on the other pieces.
Working on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad that you loved it. Certainly, I know that we were all very excited. How much on a high were all three of us?
Really
our producer, you and I.
And when I first
I couldn't sleep last night.
No.
The second day in a row because
And the
of
very
it.
first meeting I had with the buying team at TVSN, I met first with the fashion jewellery buyer, and she took one look at one piece, and then she ran out of the door, went to get her senior buyer, Karen, who we know from Gems, in to look at it. As they're all so excited.
Yeah.
So I'm delighted that our customers love it too.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm sorry for those of you who didn't expect us together to be quite so serious today, because I know that we are known for a little bit of a laugh, but we'll do that in the next Zoya show. Now, we are going to give you the item numbers, even though they haven't, or they have sold out, but we are waiting for one or two, maybe for a few pieces to confirm. We are waiting for 3 of the watches. That is the most prominent of the pieces from the Dali Jewellery Collection.
I should have shown you
786.
the actual watch does pop through, so you can adjust the time.
Oh yes, okay.
Yeah.
Now that's my piece of the hour. There's one available in each size. Also, one we're waiting on to the confirmation. We're waiting on one of the necklaces to confirm. So jot down all of these numbers. We are waiting for 2 crosses to confirm. 656222. There are 2 pairs of telephone earrings available. 656221. We are waiting on 3 of these to confirm. 655790. Your item number. We are waiting on 2 of the persistence of memory melting pin to confirm. 655792. And there's 1 of the bleeding well pin available. Total representation of what's going on in the world today. And finally, we are just about to set out in the leaf vein earring. 656218 is your item number. What is today's buyer's choice? Oh, it's a Tagliamonte today. Well, that's exquisite. Down by $300, 654979. And today's spotlight is the Sunbeam Safe and Sound Heated Throw. 2-part payments of $49.75. 43469 is your item.
Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us. We've got to
thank you to Margot.
Thank you so much, Margot, for joining us on the phone, and hopefully Margot will come and see us in Australia
I hope
soon.
so.
And we've got to say hello to Rick and everyone watching at Atlanta as well.
Oh, hello. We got an audience.
We do.
You didn't tell me
by
that.
the webcast.
Hello. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.